Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota. Today we're diving into a really interesting filing from Ellington Financial Inc. They're letting us peek behind the curtain, and let's just say it involves preferred stock and some very specific dates. Stick around because understanding this might just give you a heads up on how certain investment vehicles are valued before we dive in. If you love uncovering the hidden stories within financial reports, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've got a fantastic Discord community where we break down these filings even further. The link is in the description below, so join the conversation. So, what is the big news here? Ellington Financial Inc. Ticker EFC is putting out some information that is pretty important if you are invested in their various classes of preferred stock. They're basically giving us an update on something called book value per S-share for their common stock as of the 31st of October 2025. This is really just a way for them to communicate important financial details to the public, making sure everyone's in the loop. Now, you might be wondering why this is a big deal. Book value is essentially what a company is worth if you were to sell all its assets and pay off all its debts. So, the book value per S-share tells you how much each share of common stock is worth on paper. For investors, this figure is a key indicator of a company's financial health and its underlying value. Ellington Financial is telling us this on the 26th of November 2025. The report also touches on their different types of preferred stock, like Series A, Series B, Series C, and Series D. Think of these as different investment ladders the company has created. Each one has specific terms like dividend rates and when they might be bought back by the company. And this report lists the key dates associated with them. Interestingly, all the dates related to these different preferred stock series, and the common stock for that matter, are pointing to the 26th of November 2025. This uniformity in dates suggests a specific action or a snapshot taken on this particular day, likely related to how they're accounting for these different classes of stock and their associated values on their books. The filing also lists the different stock symbols for these securities. For their common stock, it is EFC. Then you have EFC PRA for Series A, EFC PRB for Series B, EFC PRC for Series C, and EFC PRD for their Series D preferred stock. These are all traded on the New York Stock Exchange, which is a pretty big deal. It means these are publicly traded securities, readily available for investors to buy and sell. We also see some basic company incorporation details in here, like it being incorporated in Delaware and having an employer identification number. While this is standard for any company filing these forms, it's not the juicy stuff we're here for. What we really want to understand is the financial health and direction of Ellington Financial Inc. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Even though this report is a bit light on detailed financial tables, it points us to a press release that contains the estimated book value per S-share of common stock as of the 31st of October 2025. This is the core piece of information they are releasing. While the exact figure for the book value per S-share isn't embedded here in a table, the fact that they are highlighting this specific metric for their common stock suggests they want investors to focus on this fundamental measure of value. Think about it like this: if you own a rental property, the book value is like the estimated market value of that property minus any outstanding mortgages. For a company, book value per S-share gives an idea of how much each common share is worth. In terms of the company's net assets, a higher book value per S-share generally implies a stronger company. The mention of preferred stock here is also significant. Preferred stockholders usually have a higher claim on a company's assets and earnings than common stockholders. This means in case of a liquidation or bankruptcy, preferred stockholders get paid before common stockholders. The different series A, B, C, and D indicate different terms, like fixed or floating dividend rates and cumulative redemption features, which can impact their overall value and risk profile. Looking at the structure, this filing is essentially an announcement of information. It is not a deep dive into quarterly earnings with all the nitty-gritty numbers. Instead, it is a targeted release of specific financial data, likely to keep investors informed about the company's net worth and how it is tracking, especially concerning its common stock. Now, for my take on this, Ellington Financial Inc. operates in a sector that can be quite sensitive to interest rate changes and market volatility by focusing on the book value per S-share. They are providing a baseline valuation metric for their common stock. The fact that they have multiple series of preferred stock, each with distinct characteristics, points to a strategy of accessing capital through a variety of means, catering to different investor preferences and risk appetites. The key takeaway here is transparency regarding the common stock's book value. This is crucial for investors trying to assess whether the stock is trading at a fair price. If the market price of the common stock is significantly above or below its book value per share, it could signal an opportunity or a risk, a potential risk for Ellington Financial. As with many financial institutions, is market fluctuations, changes in interest rates, economic downturns, or shifts in the real estate market could impact the value of their assets, and consequently their book value. However, by issuing preferred stock, they are also diversifying their capital structure, which can provide some stability. In conclusion, this filing is less about a detailed financial performance review and more about a focused disclosure of a key valuation metric, the book value per S-share for their common stock. It's a signal to the market about the underlying worth of their equity. For investors keen on Ellington Financial, keeping a close eye on how this book value per share evolves alongside the performance of their various preferred stock series will be important. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Ellington Financial Inc. filing. What are your thoughts on the importance of book value per share for companies like this? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button, it really fuels our content. And of course, subscribe for more insights into the corporate world. Don't forget to join our Discord community through the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.